Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new episode of One Piece, which is on 1144. This episode right here was really nice, really slick, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode. And I'm expecting a couple breaks or specials happening in between some of the episodes of the next big event to come, because that's what Toei with One Piece has been doing lately. So if anything else, let's just get this started. Lucky for us, there is no special or break next week, so let's get this started. We get to see Gorosei St. J. Garcia Saturn summons the other five elders or Gorosei to his location, and we get to know each one of them having a power of their own. We get to see Saint Shepherd Jupiter having a power of a sandworm, and then we have to it Saint Ethambaram V. Nosjuro has a power, some kind of thing called Bakotsu, which is like some kind of undead horse, possibly skeletal horse. While we get to see Saint Topman Warkuri has something called Fengshi, and we get to see Saint Marcus Mars in a Itsumata bird form, and of course Gorosei Saint J Garcia Saturn Yuki in a spider demon form. So pretty much like the sandworm belongs to Saint Shepherd Jupiter, and then a skeletal horse Nusujiro Bokatsu, and Warkuri or Topman Warkuri, and a warthog, or should I say maybe a boar like mythical form of Fengshi, and Saint Marcus Mars Itsumade in some kind of awakened bird form, and the spider demon and Saint J Garcia form. And we get to see them in action. Of course, Nusujiro, the skeletal. Hopefully, I got his name right. Nusjiro in a skeletal horse form ends up taking out the pacifistas really quickly with high speed and ice attacks with his sword. Then we get to see freaking like Itsumade by like Saint Marcus, I believe. Saint Marcus Mars in his bird form flying to a certain location. As for Saint J Garcia and freaking like Topman Warkuri, along with like Saint Shepherd Jupiter, they end up having to like fight Luffy. Of course, Luffy manages to dodge most of their attacks, but unfortunately, he gets overwhelmed after getting grabbed by Saint J Garcia and getting slammed into the face by freaking like by Topman Morkumi, I think that's his name. Oh man, Warkuri Fengshi. Yeah, Saint Topman Warkuri Fengshi ends up having to slam Luffy with this face. But of course, after that, freaking like Saint Jupiter Sandworm Gorosei ends up putting Luffy in his body or swallows him up. But there is a scene with freaking like Zoro fighting Lucci, and they seem to be on par with each other. Jinbei ends up finding Zoro fighting Lucci, and he's about to get ready to take him out of here because they don't got much time. As for the other Straw Hats, Nami, Usopp, Chopper, and Nico Robin, they end up getting reunited with the Thousand Sunny with Brook and Lilith driving it, but they got stopped by Usopp's like green pop star, so it doesn't get damaged or it won't hit them. So, continuing on with freaking like Lucci and Zoro fighting each other, we get to see that freaking Sanji gets annoyed and calls Zoro freaking useless baggage of getting in the way, and this upsets Zoro very much. He enters freaking like Santoru style mode and ends up doing a devastating attack on freaking like Lucci. While Lucci, he ends up trying to use freaking like using hand pistol spots to attack Zoro. Zoro responds in kind by dodging his attacks and ends up entering Santoru 3-sword style form, Havwa, and then Spot Hunt, and ends up damaging Lucci. Of course, like when Luffy got swallowed up by Saint Jupiter in the Sandworm Zone form, we get to see freaking like Dory and Brogy show up on time, and they end up having to hit Saint J Garcia and War Mercury Topman War Mercury Fengshi like together before they end up going to freaking before they go to the sandworm guy, Saint Shepherd Jupiter, and ends up slicing his neck off, and they manage to save Luffy in time. Luffy was Sunsar. Yeah, Dory and Brogy slice Saint Jupiter in the sandworm form with Sunsaw. And they end up seeing Luffy, and they end up saying, "Hey, what's up? How you been, dude?" And they end up getting ready to fight together. So yeah. Preview of next episode is called Friends Fight Together, Luffy and the Warriors of Elbaf. Looking forward to seeing it in action because this is the next big event to come. But the major big event, which minor spoilers by the way, which I don't think I'll say here, you already have an idea what I'm talking about. Those of you guys who are manga readers, you get the idea. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the next episode. We don't have breaks yet. We don't have a break yet, so that's pretty nice to know. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen sooner or later with specials or taking breaks because that's how One Piece always been doing it, and it's starting to catch up a bit. So until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.